Today's video is brought to you by Starforge. Guys, we have now partnered with Starforge Systems, which truly makes the best PCs on the market. They offer several different types of PCs at multiple price points, making it easy for you to find the system that is just right for you. And Starforge is all about offering premium quality. I've gotten my own here just recently, and it has been the best PC I have ever owned. Now, all of their PCs are built by hand in Austin, Texas, by experienced builders who are passionate about what they do. On top of that, every system comes with a full 2-year parts and labor warranty. And the most amazing thing about everything here is the fact that you get your PC fast. Within a week, I had my dream PC, which is the fastest I have ever seen ever. Starforge is the real deal and the nastiest PC I have ever owned. If you're interested in upgrading your setup or you just want to check out what Starforge has to offer, check out our link down below in the description. Again, big shout out to Starforge for sponsoring today's video. Guys, the new season for Diablo is almost upon us. We did an entire full breakdown of all the new content that's coming. Feel free to check out that video if you'd like. And it includes things like a brand new storyline featuring an all-new character, new items in the form of Malignant hearts, new dungeons, new mechanics, new colored sockets, and much more. We're very hyped to finally get into the seasonal content of Diablo, to see exactly what's in store for the future of the game and what to expect in terms of seasonal balance changes and seasonal updates. But because this is the first season of Diablo 4, it comes with a few unique factors that result in you needing to prepare for the seasonal content. So we put together everything you need to know in order to prepare yourself for the launch of Season 1. That way you'll be as ready as you can for the new content, as well as be able to access that new content as soon as possible and with as much power as possible. So without further ado, let's get started. First off, guys, the launch date will begin July the 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific. This will be the Season 1 launch date. Get your sleep right, take that shower, drop those kids off at daycare because it's time to grind. Now, the most important information to have going into Season 1 is what exactly carries over from your Eternal Realm characters to your Seasonal Realm characters. So let's go over all that real quick. If you completed the campaign, which we highly recommend you do before Season 1, upon creating a seasonal character, you'll be given the option to skip the campaign on that character. Now, if you want access to the seasonal content right off the bat, you want to skip the campaign. This is because the seasonal content is inaccessible until the campaign is completed. So guys, if you opt to not skip the campaign for your seasonal characters, you'll have to run the entirety of the campaign again in order to get to the new seasonal content and seasonal story. Now, this is the most important thing to have done before Season 1 is out. Not having to go through all the acts of the campaign again will save you so much time in terms of leveling. The time it takes to get to level 50 and the time it takes to get to the actual new content that Season 1 offers. Now, unless you're a hardcore fan of the campaign and just want to run it again solely for your own joy, by all means, go right ahead. But if not, guys, you're going to want to skip it. Next on the list is uncovering the map. You'll want to uncover as much of the map as you possibly can and discover all the areas before Season 1 launches. Now, all of the map progress will carry over onto your Seasonal Realm characters, including the renown you get from said map progress. This means if you uncover the map once, clear out all the fog of war once, you'll never have to do it again. You'll start your fresh Season 1 character and they'll have all the map already uncovered. This will make it 100 times quicker to get around and to get to places you want to go. Because of this, we'd argue that this is the second most important thing to have done right after the campaign. Then we also have our Altars of Lilith, which also transfer from the Eternal Realm to the Seasonal Realm. Both the stats gained from the altars as well as the renown. Each altar gives you a very small stat boost or increase to your max obols. But when added all together across the dozens and dozens of altars, this becomes a significant boost of stats and power that your fresh Season 1 characters will start out with if you have all of them already collected. We'll leave a link in the description to a very simple and easy map to follow for all of the altars. That way you can ensure you have them all before Season 1 begins. Now, if you have all of this done, everything that you just went over, your level 1 seasonal characters will start out with the campaign already done. You'll also have instant access to the seasonal story and mechanics. Your mount will be unlocked, and the bonus stat from altars will also be there, and 2.5 tiers of renown completed for each zone, resulting in 5 extra skill points and 5 extra health potions. That is a lot of extra power to get right out the gate, which will increase the speed at which you can level and complete content, as well as the speed in which you move around the map, as you're going to already have your mount with the entirety of the map visible. Again, you do not have to do all these things, but if you got nothing else to do inside of Diablo, you might as well. Now, onto a quick PSA on how to bring all that progress that we just talked about over to your seasonal characters. Because there's a bit of a workaround that exists for Season 1 that you must do in order to make sure that your Altars of Lilith and map progress carries over. It's super simple, guys, but we can't mention it enough because there are bound to be a few players that completely forget about it and end up being forced to complete the map and altars again for Season 1. Here's the workaround that you must do. Before you create a seasonal character for Season 1, anytime after the July 18th update goes live, you want to log into your Eternal Realm character, the one that has the most progress. That is the most map uncovered, the most altars of Lilith, and doing this will save that progress to your account, which will ensure that it transfers over to your other characters, including future seasonal characters. Now, you can do this with multiple characters as well. Say you've explored all of Saragur with one character and all of Kayavashad with another. If you log into both of those characters, the progress from both will propagate across your account, essentially adding each character's progress together. So you don't have to have all of the map uncovered and all of the Lilith altars on one singular character. Please do not forget this, guys. This is very important if you want to start out Season 1 without having to do all of that exploring again. Now, with that being out of the way, let's move on to Legendary Aspects and Codex of Power. When you begin a seasonal character, you won't have access to the Codex of Power Legendary Aspects that you unlocked with your Eternal Realm characters. This is something that does not carry over. So we recommend taking note of what Codex of Power aspects you might want to get unlocked as soon as you can in the new season. Write down the aspects you want to get, what dungeon they're obtained from, and where those dungeons are. They still will be viewable on the map, but this way you don't have to go over every single dungeon until you find the one you're looking for. There are some really powerful Codex aspects out there for each class, and some class agnostic ones like the aspect of disobedience. So really guys, don't sleep on your Codex powers, because early on they can help you speed through levels even quicker as they're easy access to power. You'll also be killing multiple birds with one stone if you do this, because not only will you be getting legendary aspects that you want from completing these dungeons, but you'll be progressing the season journey objectives that require you to finish dungeons. These objectives reward you with XP for the battle pass, as well as brand new legendary aspects for your codex once you complete individual chapters. Now, the last way you can prepare for Season 1 is to play the game after July 18th update. This update is the Season 1 update, although Season 1 doesn't actually begin until July the 20th. So you won't be able to play the seasonal story or do any of the seasonal mechanics until the 20th. But everything else in the update, you'll be able to tinker around with in the Eternal Realm. This includes things like balance changes for each class. There are going to be nerfs and buffs across the board in order to switch up the meta for Season 1. And you'll be able to get in on the 18th, check out what has changed, experiment with some things to kind of get an idea on what you want to play in the seasonal content and what builds you want to go for. And this is really a good time to decide what class you'll be playing at the start of Season 1. Go through all the changes, see what's been nerfed, what's been buffed, and then decide which class you'll be starting out with. This update is also going to be bringing 6 new unique items, 7 new legendary aspects, which if you're lucky, you'll be able to find after the update goes live. You can test these out, mess around with them, or at the very least, just inform yourself on what they are. Blizzard will actually have a blog post going live on the 18th when the update goes live that will showcase all of these new items and powers. And guys, we're going to be covering the article as well, so stay tuned, fellas. We're excited about the new seasonal content. I'm really curious to see how this shakes out in Diablo 4, how it's going to progress as a live service game. And for my folks that are curious about everything that's coming in Season 1, check out our full breakdown of the Season 1 live stream to get a glimpse at all the content that's coming to the game. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.